Welcome back to the educational series hosted by Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry. Today, I would like to show you just what an average garage sale home lot of jewelry looks like. Kind of have it spread all over the table here. Today, I will not be using the common tools that I use, the professional tools. I'm going to show you some things you can do at home to try to whittle down what's real and what's not. Now, on this table, I will tell you ahead of time, there is definitely gold here, although it's going to be hard to see at first. As a matter of fact, one of the pieces, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, one of the pieces fooled me. So I have a common magnet. This is a refrigerator magnet. This is a Las Vegas M&M magnet. And I'll just give you like a good example. You can take this magnet and stick it. We'll turn this piece over so it'll stick right to that. Anything that sticks to a magnet obviously is not gold. Any of the chains where you can see they pick right up. Pretty much none of this, and I've done a lot of this work, none of this is going to be gold. Here's another good example. This looks to be gold. Actually, this looks really good. It's a very good gold plated piece, but it's not real. The first thing you do is the magnet. So you take the magnet, you go across everything that you can. Anything that you pick up automatically disqualifies. The second thing you want to have is just a magnifying glass or a loupe. And these earrings are good examples of this. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you real clearly, but they are marked 10 or 14K. With a magnifying glass, you can see that. So these did not pick up with a magnet, and then I started to look with a magnifying glass then to see if they were marked. Remember, most gold will be marked. Not all gold, but most gold will be marked. I'll clear a little spot here so I can show you these pieces. Now, watches are sometimes very hard to identify. And sometimes the two tests that I just told you may not work. So, of these 5 watches, they're gonna all pick up. You can see there, this isn't a real strong magnet, and it's probably not the best example, but if you're doing this, you can feel the pull of them, especially like this one. You can see that'll pick all the way up. But what's interesting about this is that one of these watches is gold, and the common person, and even sometimes the professional, will not know that. Now, when you start looking at the watch, for instance, let me get you focused here. This is a Timex watch. There's no Timex watch that's gold, so you can pretty much just rule those out. And then on the back, this will tell you what it is. So you can pretty much automatically disqualify this piece. Now remember, all of these were magnetic, so our first test is only just a test to see if we can rule anything out from being magnetic. So theoretically, we would rule these watches out. Give you a look at this one. This, again, I think is another Timex. Nice little watch, clearly not gold. And even on the back, it tells you what it's made out of, which has nothing to do with gold. Now, this watch here, a little bit of a fuller. It has a small manufacturer mark on it. Then when you get to the back of it, it'll show you what it's made out of. I can't really get it in focus that good for you, but it basically says that it's not gold. So then we get to this one. This is a nice older watch. It's Unitron. But you can tell from the back just the way it's scaled up and all that. You can pretty much disqualify that. So this gets me to the piece that I wanted to talk about. Here it is. This watch is very hard to tell that it's gold. It is gold, and I'm going to show you why. It's not marked. There's no markings on the back, and it definitely sticks to a magnet. So as I analyze this watch, I can pick it up like that. So we know the band is out for sure. But it's not really the band that we're looking for. Most gold watches are going to be gold in the case. Give you a shot of this. So it's basically this part right here, all the way around here and here. But without the marking on it, it's extremely hard to tell. There's just no easy way to say this is gold. So what you do, you just get a screwdriver. It's your best way to go. They make a neat little tool that you can use too. But you just basically get inside of this, right in here, and you pop it up. Then this will come out. This will pop out. So it takes a little bit of work, but you can get it out. All right, now we have the piece out. We're looking at it. The hands look good. Pull it out. You can see the back of it. Still, you just can't, you don't know if it is. It has some jewels in it. You can see the watch, how the watch kind of works there, where it moves back and forth. Like that. But when you get to the back of the case, this is the piece here. When you start looking at it, you can tell that it's a significant piece the way that it's marked. But inside, it's actually marked 14 karat gold. So, and it has a serial number below it. So on the outside of the watch case, you're not going to see anything. And I'll also tell you that probably 50 times, you have to do this 50 times probably before you find a gold one. Just because it's not marked on the back does not mean that it isn't gold. But when you actually take the time to open it up, I was surprised. I didn't think this was gold, but of course most of the ones that I found that are gold, I did not think were gold. So that's the trick to it. You have to get the back off. You can just use a common screwdriver. And then, of course, you can take your magnet test and make sure that it's not picking up, which it's not. So in that case, that means that this part is gold. And then the outer part also is going to be gold. So these two pieces together, you can see that. These two pieces together, it's all gold. So what you'd want to do then is trim off the band, and then this would be able to be sold for gold. Sorry about the focus problems here. Sometimes these little things are hard to see. But anyhow, that watch is gold. It's a hard piece to find. It's a piece that gets overlooked quite a bit. But if you take your time with these kind of things, you can find it. Now, this piece here is not gold, the inside. Now, there are some parts that are gold to it. But basically, these can be sold on their own. So this mechanism on its own has value. And they're all different. This one is a Swiss-made watch, so it's a more valuable watch than most, the mechanism that's inside of it. But it can commonly be overlooked. Most people would just consider these pieces, and some of these are gold. I'll show you these. Most people would just overlook these as just regular junk jewelry and not go any further with it. But in reality, there's more than a couple $100s of gold here on this table that would have just probably been sold for $5. Show you some pieces there. So quite a bit of gold on the table. Don't make the mistake that a lot of people make where they just overlook jewelry. And I will talk one more thing about these, like pearls and different things. I'll show you these. I'll tell you, there just isn't much of a market for pearls. eBay or any of those kind of things. These are actually a really nice strand of pearls. You'd want to look on the pearls when you're doing this if you see any gold. A lot of times with pearls, they'll put a gold clasp on it. Not always, but a lot of times. These do not have that. And I'll show you this one. This probably had a gold clasp at one time. Now the parts in between here are not gold. So it could be up in the air whether it was or not. But more than likely, most of the time, those are gold. When you see a chain like this, get you a good picture of that. It's clearly dingy, and you can even tell by the feel of a lot of this stuff. Gold has a whole different feel to it. That it's just not gold, and you can see by the tarnishing on it. This one did pass the magnetic test, but just your eye, when you look at it, you can tell that it's not real. So these are just some tips that I wanted to bring to you from Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry. My information will be at the bottom of the page. We buy and sell daily. And if you have old jewelry, before you donate it or do something like that with it, feel free to send it to me. Feel free to bring it into our office. We're Ohio Trading Coin and Jewelry, located at 9635 Ravenna Avenue, Louisville, Ohio, 44641. We're in the USA if you're watching this overseas. And our phone number is 330-323-9775. Thanks for watching. Check out some of our other videos. We have a lot of helpful tips to help you get the most out of your jewelry and your collections of any kind when you go to sell. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Bye-bye.